Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cannabis industry news stories of the week according to Benzinga, starting with number 10. Brad Rogers, CEO of super state operator Red, White, and Bloom, shares his thoughts on the U.S. cannabis industry as well as his vision for Red, White, and Bloom following the company's successful IPO. Number 9, MindMed will commence phase 1 clinical trials on DMT, the active psychedelic ingredient in ayahuasca. Number 8, there's a new study that sheds light on how psilocybins from magic mushroom dissolves the ego. Number 7, Bernie Sanders calls for marijuana legalization in the Senate floor speech on policy reform. So during his speech on the Senate floor, Sanders discussed a wide range of changes that he feels should be implemented to policing and criminal justice policies. Sanders said on Wednesday that Congress should federally legalize cannabis as another step towards enacting policy reform and addressing racial injustice. Now, whether that's a grant for a loan or otherwise, there should be steps in place for minorities to be able to get licenses faster, quicker, cheaper, easier, all of that. Number 6, beyond mental health, psychedelics as a treatment for human physical diseases. Number 5, there's an alleged Trump marijuana promise at the center of a feud between the White House aide and a reporter and GOP operatives. So the controversy wasn't solely about the Trump administration's position on cannabis legalization. Yet President Donald Trump's stance on marijuana legalization becoming the jumping off point for a spat between a top White House aide and a Republican operative and a reporter after Chief of Staff laughed off a question about the prospects of broad cannabis reform advancing before the election in November. Safe Banking Act or something similar to that might happen before November, but definitely not legalization. Laughing off legalization is a joke in and of itself because the only way to try and repair the economy and the damage from printing off trillions of dollars is to legalize a way to generate revenue, and cannabis is the obvious choice here. Number 4 is that American cannabis could see increased attention on U.S. markets. So New Cannabis Ventures' Alan Brochstein shared his views on how he's seeing an increased interest from U.S. stock exchanges, potentially listing U.S. cannabis companies. In addition, Brochstein also explored how this virus could inspire cannabis companies to work together to find more profit through unification on the legal market versus the illegal market. In a time when health and wellness supersedes everything, quality assurance and safety measures are presenting big opportunities for the legal markets to thrive. Number 3, Colorado psilocybins reform a ballot measure, likely after a new poll shows stronger voter support. Number 2, the CEO says marijuana should be federally legalized by 2022. So should states continue to legalize? One top cannabis executive believes the feds will soon be forced to end prohibition nationwide within a couple of years, and that is Canopy Growth CEO who told Jim Cramer on CNBC when asked whether the state's local governments will leverage cannabis to uplift slash budgets and down economies. Well, we just pointed that out, that yes, federal deficits and state deficits will get lifted. Pensions are in ruins, everything. So they obviously need cannabis. That's a no-brainer. Number 1, Michigan's cannabis industry is thriving, and this company is dominating the state with a 22% of market share. The newly public superstate operator Red, White, and Bloom has been quietly cornering the highly lucrative Michigan cannabis market, and thanks to its first mover advantages, Red, White, and Bloom now controls 22% market share of the Great Lakes state. That's huge. Generally, about 5 companies own 30%, and that's the concentration that we're seeing. So for one company to dominate, that just shows first mover advantages. So pretty crazy. We'll have to see where that goes. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.